Welcome to Word in Season. Today, let's talk about something vitally important. The book of Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. That's Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. Listen to this. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate in it day and night, that you may observe to do according to all that's written in it. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. That's chapter 1, verse 8, the book of Joshua. Let's go to the book of Psalm, chapter 1, verse 2. It said, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and that law he meditates day and night. Verse 3 says, then it shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that brings forth its fruit in its season. Its leaves are not wither. Whatsoever it does shall prosper. Let's read one more before I make this comment. Listen to this. That's 1 Timothy 4, verse 15. He said, meditate on these things and give yourself wholly, entirely to them, that your progress or your profit may be evident to all. Now, if you look at all these things I've read, 3 passages, one word is common to all the 3. That's the word meditate. Joshua, in the book of Psalm, and in Timothy. And if you notice in Joshua, when he used the word meditate, he talked about to prosper, have good success. In Psalm, it mentions the word prosper too. Then, in the book of Timothy, it mentions progress, advancement. Of course, to prosper, to be successful, also means to make progress. Now, you notice that the word meditate and the word progress and prosper, they are always tied together in all these 3 passages. That's amazing. It seems that God is speaking to us that if you are going to see success and prosperity, you want to flourish and thrive, there is one key that is a common denominator to all those who want to succeed, is the word to meditate. All right. God said, this book of the law shall not depart from her, but you shall meditate day and night. He said, then Paul told Timothy, meditate upon these things. Now, what does it mean to meditate? It's a biblical word, which means to spend time to ponder upon and to speak to yourself. So it has 2 levels of meaning. It has the level of your heart and the level of your mouth. The level of your heart is where you ponder and where you examine and where you investigate. And the level of your mouth is where you speak it to yourself. So in a way, in the Bible, when they use the word meditate, it means to speak to yourself in an undertone. And second, it also means to ponder and examine and investigate and look deeply into something. So the Bible is saying, meditate upon the word of God. That means to ponder, to look into, to investigate the word of God. And second, to speak the word of God to yourself. So we can say at the level of the mind and the level of the mouth, you have to think it and you have to talk it to yourself. You have to think it by yourself and talk it to yourself. Now, that's what we call in the Bible meditation. You have to take the word of God and then think it within yourself and then speak it to yourself. And amazingly, God ties that to your prospering and to your success. Paul was telling Timothy, meditate upon these things. Then what you meditate upon, he said, give yourself to it. Then your progress will appear to all. You see, progress doesn't just happen. You cannot just produce progress outside there without it coming through you. And it can only come through you when you ponder and when you talk it. Without words and thoughts, we cannot make progress in life. Human beings can only do well by thinking and by talking. When they think and when they talk, they can act. And when they act, they can see results. So in the same way, the Bible is talking about to meditate means to think the word of God and to talk the word of God. Then you can now see progress and prosperity in your life. Now, let me challenge you. Is there any area you want to see progress in your life? Is there any point you want to prosper? The first thing you need to do is to start meditating. Paul told Timothy, meditate. So I will ask you to gather scriptures, gather the word of God about that particular area you want to see progress in, and start talking it to yourself and thinking it and ponder on it. Look at it from every angle. For instance, look at your finances. If I were you, I'll gather the word of God. You want to see prosperity, you want to make progress, then gather the word of God that talks about finances and look at it. You know, look at today. A lot of people talk about give shall be given unto you. They only quote it superficially and they stop there. They never see the benefit of that verse. Rather, you ponder on it. You talk it to yourself. Give, it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaking together, running over. You ponder on each phrase there. You look at it. Something starts happening inside of you. You start changing on the inside. You start getting yourself inside conformed to that word. And when that happens to you, it will be easier to leave it outside there. My friend, you just can't pick the word of God and just like that act on it. Just like you can't just take food, open your veins and drop it inside there. That won't work. It'll kill you. You have to take it in through your mouth and digest it. Then it becomes part and parcel of your bloodstream and it becomes energy and nourishment for you. In the same way, the word of God must be taken by meditation, ponder on it, talk it to yourself, welcome it into your inner consciousness, and build it into your heart. Then it becomes a working knowledge you cannot act on. Simply by just reading the Bible or going to church or hearing messages won't solve your problems. You have to digest it by meditation, by pondering on it, and by looking for how to act on it, and then talk it. Say it to yourself, say it to yourself, and say it to yourself till it becomes part and parcel of your inner consciousness. Then you are ready to see progress, prosperity, and good success. My friend, let's do this. Let's act accordingly, and then you'll see God move in your life. Your success and prosperity is as close as your meditation. Thank you for listening.